Rating systems on a scale from -10 to 10. First up, we got credit score, and I'm not even gonna make you wait for it. This is an obvious -10. Why does it start at 300? It goes from 300 to 850. That's 550 numbers. Just make it 0 to 500. I understand the desire that makes you want to have a system that grades your credit worthiness, but like, it's totally unfair. How come my credit score goes down after I pay off a car? How come my credit score goes up when I take on more debt? Every single action that you take should tell you the number you're going up or down if it's going to affect my life this much. So stupid. At least make it go from 0 to 500. On the other side of the scale, we have the 0 to 10, or the IMDb ratings. This one is tried and true. It has its downfalls of being a little unclear around like the 5-6 mark. And the problem is everybody kind of perceives 7 as average nowadays instead of 5 where it's supposed to be. People have a really good general understanding, so this one gets a +7. Number one improvement, you can give something a 2, but recommend it. Hubie Halloween is the most 2 out of 10 would recommend movie I have ever seen in my life. I think that would make the 0 to 10 at least a +8. Not to be confused with 1 to 10, which doesn't even have a middle ground. You need to have an odd number of numbers. That's weird. You need to have an odd number of numbers so that way you can have a really nice middle line. Like the -10 to 10 scale has 0 right in the middle for neutral or no experience. Back to the negatives, we have Rotten Tomatoes. If you're unfamiliar with how Rotten Tomatoes scores things, it has the critics who rate it yes or no. And then it has the audience that grades it yes or no. And you have an average, which basically just goes right back to the 1 to 10. It's such a waste of a system. I went on recently to see a review of Despicable Me, and the guy just said it's despicable. And he's a verified critic. Get the hell out of here. I get what they're trying to do, where they're trying to say, I would see this, I wouldn't see this. But then you're just going right back to the 1 to 10. You're not making this thing a go see it or not go see it. Also, if that's the case, where the majority being over 50 would see it, why are you giving 52 a splat? Hi, this is Editing Phil. I meant to give Rotten Tomatoes a -3, and to the guy who gave Despicable Me 4 a splat, it's for kids. Stop being such a snarky nerd. Next up, we have the pain scale. And honestly, if you gotta whip this one out, just give me the Tylenol. I don't know why doctors use this one. It's kind of dumb. Like, I'm gonna point to the frowny face and be like, this is the worst pain that I felt in my life. And they're like, are you sure? Yes! I wouldn't be here. It's the hospital. It's like barely useful, so it gets a -4 in my book. Like, just give me the Tylenol and Advil, it's fine. Next up, we got the 5-star rating. This one is absolute garbage. Everything is muddled now. Nobody trusts this system anymore. If you go to Amazon, you see something has like a less than a 4.5, it's pretty much trash. 3 stars could be bad. All the 1 stars are just, I didn't get it. Product was broken. Which, thanks, you shouldn't leave a review because you weren't able to review it, you dummy. 2-star reviews are where there's the honest negatives. Why do we even have a system if I have to go to the 4 stars and then read and read? 5 stars are just bots. And when you're talking about movies or games again, you give it 5 stars. And like, really, was it perfect? And then what's worse is some people just go into like, oh, I give it a 4.5 stars. Now we're back to the 1 to 10, you idiot. -4. A little bit more rare, but even worse is the 4-star rating. Publications that use the 4-star rating to rate movies are hacks. There's idiots. They're idiots. What is the range of a good movie? 75% to 100 being perfect? You can't grade those things on the same scale. They're dumb. They're dumb. And lastly, we have ABV, or alcohol by volume. This has got to be the dumbest rating system I've ever seen, because how is a delicious margarita, a 12, the same as a 4 Loko? And above that, you put vodka, the most disgusting alcohol? Anyway, here's a tier list of all the ratings. Like and subscribe.